Hello, everyone. I just want to say I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Again, this is Jeff Lee with Mobile's AI. I just want to say what a wonderful end to the year. Here we have our guy saying, fight, 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 and it was all worth it. So, well done, Trump. Well done, everyone who is in the business arena, who's been hoping for that lift, that help that I think is soon to be on the way. I want to help you today, set you up to cut your costs and take a look at how artificial intelligence will help you as financial advisors, whether you're in a situation where you've hit a glass ceiling, where all of the clients that you have are using up your time and resources, or you're in that growth phase where you're just getting started, or you're along the middle of your journey. I want to show you how you can optimize your time. So let's get started. First, I want to sort of kick this off and just say, what if I told you there was a way to work smarter and not harder and make money doing it? And here's the big catch. Obviously, it's powered by AI. There's no real aha moment there. But I want to show you how to level up. I want to show you how to make client acquisition through using AI, make your clients happier, and help you to get your profits to soar. So let's dive in. So here's the ugly truth. Financial advisors are stuck in outdated methods that waste their time and cost them money related to lead generation. It's broken. You're spending hours chasing cold leads and trying to convince interested prospects. It's like fishing in a desert, no fish in sight. Retention is an afterthought. You land a client, but then, you know what? If you're not nurturing that relationship, someone else will do to nurture that relationship away from you. And guess what? They'll take your clients with them when they do the nurturing instead of you. The numbers don't lie. Studies show that 80% of financial advisors struggle to hit their revenue goal, and retention is 5x cheaper than acquisition. So why are we putting all of our energy into chasing new clients? Well, that's just sort of the advisor stuck in the grind. So let me tell you about John. John is a financial advisor. John worked for 50 hours a week, cold called like crazy, spent thousands on ads. He got some leads, sure, but most went nowhere. He barely had time for his current clients, let alone new ones. And every month it felt like he was starting from scratch. So does that sound familiar? That was what kind of John's experience until he discovered how to use some AI. So today, John spends less time on busy work and more time closing deals and deepening relationships. What is the secret? AI. I'm about to show you how you can do the same. So let's start with client acquisition. AI doesn't just make it easier, it makes it smarter. So the problem is most advisors waste time pitching to people who aren't ready to commit. So the solution to that is that AI tools, like you might see in different varying products within Salesforce or HubSpot, lead to finding leads who are most likely needing your service at the moment. Now you're fishing in a pond full of fish and hungry ones. So here's a real world example. So say you want to target pre-retirees. AI identifies prospects that have recently changed jobs or sold their businesses, people ready for retirement planning. No more cold calls, just warm leads. So here's the next situation: automating your follow-ups. So the problem is 80% of sales happens after the 5th follow-up. And who has the time when you're trying to nurture so many clients? As I've stated before. So the solution is that an AI tool like ActiveCampaign or Zapier can send personalized emails and text messages to essentially keep what you have to offer in front of your prospects without having you having to do a bunch of manual effort yourself. So here's another real world example. A lead downloads your ebook, right? You got this prospect, they download your ebook. You have kind of a warmed up prospect and they download the ebook. And your AI sends them a follow-up email right after that. You didn't do this. User downloaded your ebook, you had to create that. AI sends them an email because it sees that they just downloaded that ebook. And it says something like, are you ready to hit your retirement goals? Let's talk. That's how you nurture leads into clients. And again, this AI has all the time in the world. In fact, it can replicate itself, as I stated on my first video, my first live podcast. So I want to ask you, how many things could you get to that would be more beneficial for your company? Like if it takes 5 follow-ups to be able to actually end up with a prospect becoming a client, well, in the first 4, follow-ups, if you can have an AI do that for you, and then you bring your talent, your skill, your knowledge of what your company has to offer on the 5th call, where the AI brings you in as the both of you talking to that potential client, that's just a use case that will not only be one of the best situations that could happen if it was just two humans trying to do it, because now it looks like you're coming as a team, but you also look organized. You look like you have a process in which you care about the customer, you care about the client, the potential prospect. And along the way, they know that you have innovation behind you. They know that you have done the investment within your own company to end up with tools that will benefit them. And that's just screaming a whole bunch. So reduction in your time, and what a picture to paint. What a great sort of context to build around your company to show your clients and your prospects. Okay, next one that I want to cover with you is predict who's ready to buy. The problem is that not all leads are created equal, like we've just talked about. So how do you know who's worth your time? So the solution I want to cover here is AI assigns scores to leads based on their behavior. Did they visit your website, open your email, click your ad? AIs tell you who's hot and who's not. So here's a real world example. Your CRM flags a lead as hot after they've opened 3 emails and spent 15 minutes on your site. That's your signal to call and close, but maybe you can't get there, but your AI can. If you have half a dozen prospects that you're trying to get a hold of, and yet it's all about trying to reach that prospect when they're available, you may find that no matter, how much time you make available for yourself, it's very important that you hit them when they're hot, when they're able to be reached. And you may not be able to do that, but your AI is going to make sure that you're batting 1,000, that you're getting to all of the prospects, that you're getting to all of your potential clients. Okay, so how do we keep clients happy? The retention aspect. So landing clients is one thing, but keeping them, that's where the real money is. And guess what? AI has you covered here too. So an AI can give personal financial advice. It will replicate the kind of advice that you want to give. So here's the problem. Clients hate generic advice. They want to feel like you understand their goals. So here's the solution. An AI analyzes their portfolio, analyzes their goals, looks at the market trends to deliver personalized recommendations without you spending hours on research. So if we know that NVIDIA just upticked again after having a drop, and we know that the Magnificent Seven has certain kinds of pieces of news that have come out for today, and some of that information, depending on the company, maybe Apple's looking at moving manufacturing into the United States, who can help with manufacturing with Apple. That kind of situation might be a little bit more on the growth side. Maybe somebody that is looking to risk a little bit more of their retirement package in their 40s rather than right before they're going to retire. So you may end up having this AI find actually a portfolio or find a mutual fund or find a specific stock that would match with your client. And you didn't have to do that work. You just make sure that it happens within the guise of your guidelines, which you are not willing to allow the AI to recommend. And that happens through fine-tuning or prompt engineering. And those are things that I'll cover through this podcast. So here's a real-world example. Imagine a client gets a notification contributing $200 more a month will help you retire 3 years earlier. That's AI making you look like a genius. Now, in this case, I'm not matching companies or portfolios or mutual funds to a customer, but now what I'm doing is I'm allowing that AI to create suggestions to the customer where we're providing as financial advisors an AI service that is explaining to our prospects, to our clients, how something can be up to them, put them in the driver's seat, empowering them. So now the AI becomes not just an assistant, but now it's actually enriching your client's experience, which would be additional calls that you would have to make above and beyond trying to get new prospects, right? So it's that nurturing part that they're able to, AIs are able to get to a position and with your client, enrich it. So that sort of leads into my next one, and that's proactive communication. So the problem here is that most advisors react to client concerns instead of staying ahead of them. Now, the solution to this is that AIs can predict when clients might have concerns, like during a market drop, and they can help proactively reach out to everyone. If you see a market drop and you have now a call list you need to get through, well, much of that call list might actually be calling into you first while you're busy with someone else. In this case, the AI can do two things. Number one, it likely can make the call to everyone all at the same time because it can replicate itself. It can make 100 calls in a single moment, right? 1,000 calls in a single moment, 10,000 calls in a single moment, 1,000,000 calls in a single moment. It's really up to what is your phone system able to do and whether or not you've got a good AI provider that can do simultaneous calls. And I think in the midst of this, the really great thing is that if your company was reaching out proactively in every case, you would end up changing the brand of financial advisors. Instead of being chased, you were always giving the information first, always making the first call to your clients, completely making it a game changer as a financial advisor. So again, here's a real world example. Your AI flags 5 clients affected by the market dip. They send quick messages. Don't worry, your portfolio is diversified. They feel reassured, and you look like a rock star. So let's go into the third one. Celebrate your milestones, right? The problem, clients want to feel valued, not forgotten, right? So they're doing well, and both you and they sort of tend to let it ride because it's doing okay. But occasionally, your customer's going to think, well, what's going on? So the solution, AI tracks anniversaries, milestones, birthdays, and can remind you to celebrate them with your client or customer, or even, it can be a combo, the AI and you, or the AI can send them a message on behalf of you. So the real world example is the AI alerts you that a client just hit their $1 million savings goal. And I'm sure everybody who hasn't had $1 million, when they hit that first $1 million, they would love a call and to be congratulated. If not by you, by others, but typically, people want to keep their finances a little bit private. So the one most important call probably is going to come from the financial advisor until spouses or partners end up in a position where they start talking to themselves or their friends. So, I think, the return on investment for AI for financial advisors goes a little bit like this. Now let's talk about the bottom line, because at the end of the day, it's all about return on investment, right? So AI tools cost a fraction of hiring staff. For as little as $100 to $500 a month, you're getting the power of an entire marketing and client services team. When I say team, remember, when you purchase an AI, some companies will charge you per AI agent, right? One instance of an AI. It's true. But other companies are like, doesn't really matter, right? It's a subscription, use as much AI as you want, and leave you maybe with the phone bill, right? Which is, you were going to pay that phone bill anyway because you need to get a hold of your clients and your prospects. So in this case, if you are, spending $100 to $500 a month on an AI tool, rather than being at risk of whether or not somebody's going to show up to work, they're sick, they want to have paid time off, you've got to pay them benefits. That could include health care. In my state, we have FMLA and OPL, so they could be out 12 weeks. With an AI, an AI is not getting sick, an AI is not getting paid for time off, doesn't want overtime. There's not an extra bill because you use it more than your phone bill or your text message bill or your email sending company. Those are costs that you should probably have on your own, if whether or not you want to do ads. But whether or not a human's doing the work of chasing those tools and utilizing those tools, or an AI is utilizing those tools, significant cost change, savings. So you're able to do a lot more in your company at a lot fewer dollars being spent. It also saves time. AI automates your busy work, giving you back 10 to 20 hours a week. That's time you can spend building relationships or just living out your life, as we talked about. And you make more money. I mean, that's the bottom line. Retaining just 10% more clients can boost your profits 25 to 95% annually. Add in referrals from happy clients, and your revenue takes off like a rocket. So here's the conclusion to my live podcast here today. Your path to making more money starts today with AI. Financial advisors, if you're tired of grinding and ready to make more money without burning out yourselves, having more time with your friends and family, AI is your answer. And it's not just for big firms or tech wizards. It's for you, the independent advisor, the small business owner, the one who's ready to work smarter and not harder. And you can reach out to me at any time. I'm going to leave my email address in the link below. As soon as this live saves off, I'll get in there and save some information, point you at a few things that I talked about in this, as far as Zapier, as far as Salesforce, Einstein. Those are things I'll create some links for, sort of push you in some directions. But today, I just wanted to show you that don't watch others that are your competition grow. Get ahead of them. Start using AI today and watch your income, your time, and your satisfaction skyrocket. So thanks for watching. If this helps you, hit like and subscribe. Share it with another financial advisor who needs to hear this. I'm here to help you grow your business, make more money, and help you love what you do. Until next time, go crush it.